How you doing? Are you all good? Hi, Richie. Hi, little Poggy. It's time to have a little listen. Hello, paleontologist. How you doing? Good to see you all. Thank you for joining me again on my alt channel. I do appreciate it. Just while I'm pushing for partner on my main channel. So yeah, welcome in. Oh yeah, before we get started, I had a great day today. I got sent loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of Japanese sweets by one of my amazing friends, fans, Mimo Tantan. There she is! Konnichiwa! Look, I've got these. I've got... Now, these need to be eaten straight away. I've nearly eaten all of these. These are really nice. So I shouldn't be eating now. I've just started fasting again. So I'll put them away. But I'm just going to show them to you. Yeah, pie. It's so nice. This, which they're like maple biscuits. They are so nice. Honestly, Japanese sweets are amazing. Amazing. Then we got gaufrettes, which are like wafers. They're like ice cream wafers. They're so cool. They're just amazing. So happy. And then we got these, which are, oh, they're so good. They're so good. Do you know what I am going to have? I'm going to have some of these savoury things. Hang on. Look, there's even more. We've got these, which are amazing. We've got, oh, yeah, let's try these. So we've got these Pretz things. It's just amazing. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. And then we've got these like banana shaped things. These are like garlicky. They're really nice. So yeah, I'll just try those for now. We'll have some of those. And yeah, do a taste test. But yeah, the diet has gone out the window today. And oh yeah, the Kit Kats, look. Look, I've got so many Kit Kats. So many Kit Kats. Mine. My Kit Kats. Arigato, Mimo Tantan. Many flavoured Kit Kats for me. And that's why they're all living in my studio. They're not in the kitchen. Do you know why? Because everyone else in my house will eat them. I'm eating them. They're mine. Thank you, Mimo Tantan. I did let them have some. They came down because they saw all the boxes upstairs and they said, Mum, can we have some of your sweets? And I said, how do you know about the sweets? And they said, Guy told us. So I was like, oh God, okay, you can have some. So yeah. But yeah, let's just try these. So these are called Pretz. So I'm guessing I'm guessing these are like tomatoey flavour. But now, if everyone can give me some suggestions for sweets that I can send to Mimo Tantan, because I need to send her some really cool ones as well in return. Ooh, it's apple. It's apple. Apple. It's not a tomato, it's an apple. Apple flavoured pretzels. That's amazing. Hi, Joey. Yeah, do you remember I used to be addicted to flapjacks? Now it's these. Oh my God. Apple. Wow. And then there's these. They look like bananas. That's so weird because it's savoury and it's apple. But it's really nice. These are like garlic flavoured bananas. Sorry, we need to listen to music, don't we? Sorry. Welcome in, everybody. Okay, so what were we doing? Hello, Bosky. Got one of yours in today. Let's have a little listen. Let's get started. So our first track of the day is going to be People Like Us, a firm favourite here on the demo drop. And this is called Dirty Funk.
We hit you with that dirty funk. Dirty rockin', that nasty, you know, that funk. That dirty motherfucking funk. In the club, we get crunk to this funk. We hit you with that brand new funk. We hit you with that brand new funk. That dirty, dirty type of funk. You know we hit you with that funk. Hey, yo, party people in the motherfucking house, let me see you work it out for me one time. Funk. We hit you with that dirty funk. Dirty rockin', that nasty, you know, that funk. That dirty motherfucking funk. In the club, we get crunk to this funk. We hit you with that brand new funk. Dirty rockin', that nasty, you know, that funk. That dirty funk. That dirty funk. That dirty funk. You with that dirty funk. Dirty rockin', that nasty, you know, that funk. That dirty motherfucking funk. In the club, we get crunk to this funk. We hit you with that dirty funk. Dirty rockin', that nasty, you know, that funk. We hit you with that dirty funk. That dirty funk. That dirty funk. We hit you with that brand new funk. That dirty, dirty type of funk. You know we hit you with that funk. Hey, yo, party people in the motherfucking house, let me see you work it out for me one time.
Here we go again.
There we go. Oh, my mic's over here. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, everything that I've grown to love about people like us is music. Simple, effective. That's what I love about it. Energetic. Hi, Eric. Yeah, like, again, uber jealous. Jealous the right word? What's the right one to be? Jealous or envious? Probably neither of those words. I'm going to scrap that and say inspired. I am inspired by Stefan's ability to have this specific sound and to know when a track's finished for him, because it's very sparse. Now, I know what I would do if I was making a track like that. I would put far too much more stuff in it to pad it out, and I'm aware that I think that would actually ruin the beauty of it, of the simplicity of it. So for me personally, that's something that I strive to do, is to kind of strip back stuff a bit and know, you know, when it's done, you know. Yeah, I love that as well. I love that. However, I don't want to put too many belief systems on myself when it comes to things that I can and cannot do as an artist, or any of us, but I would find it difficult to do that. So maybe I should give that a little bit of a, you know, maybe I should think about that and try and do a project where I kind of strip it back in that way, because there's something in that. There's something in that I really loved. Like, the fact is, it made all of us like, yeah. Like, and that's what music should do. It should move you. That's what I want. And maybe sometimes we just overcomplicate it. Yeah. It's difficult because it's simple, but it's not easy. But I love that. Oh my God. The art of production is reduction. Who said that? I bet it was that guy. You know, the weird guy with the white hair. Who was it? Who's the guy I'm thinking of with the white hair? I know that's not very... Quote. Yeah, Jake just said it. What are you saying, paleontologist? Oh, my birthday Friday. Friday. What am I doing on Friday? Hang on, let me have a look. Let me have a look for you quickly. Let's have a look. I'm just going to finish my fast because I'm not fasting at the moment because I'm still eating. Delete. Yes, delete. I'll start my fast in another 30 minutes. I'll still eat some stuff. Let's have a look. Timber. Let's see. Friday. Yeah, I'll be streaming on Friday, so we'll sing happy birthday to you on the stream. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, make sure you're over on Friday. Remind me in the chat and we'll do you a very special happy birthday song. Yeah. Is it your birthday as well, Bosky, soon? Cool. Yeah, Rick Rubin, that's who I was thinking of. Was it him? Yeah, that's who I thought it was. I like him. I think he makes a lot of sense. I like him because he doesn't talk in absolutes. You know, like how we've discussed before about people who Instagram pages, channels, and they, you know, they talk in absolutes. 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 They talk they say absolutes like, this is the best way to do your kick and bass, or you should put this on your master chain every single time you master a tune. And put bro in the comments and I'll send you the preset. Like, no, because it's situational. Those things don't always work for every situation. And I find that kind of stuff quite frustrating to hear. And also I then start going, shit, am I missing out on something? And then I'll try it and I'll be like, this isn't working. Sometimes it does though. But Rick Rubin is someone that I can definitely get behind, because he talks about the philosophy of making music in a much more like holistic way. And I like that, because it doesn't tell me that I'm wrong for doing it my way. And I don't think that's healthy for us to worry too much about a lot of the stuff on social media. The best is he knows nothing about music theory, just knows what sounds good. Yeah, do you know what though? I think passively he does know about music theory, but probably just not in the academic sense. It'll just be, you know, like with Guy. Guy understands it, but in a very natural way through experience. In not in the technical sense. Whereas for me, mine's more in the technical side of things, the educational side of things, and experience as well. And so I've learned over the years to come away from the discipline of being a classically trained pianist, for example, come away from the discipline of certain chord progressions, come away from the notion of things having to be in a certain order for things like velocity or arrangement, composition, you know, because there is an art to stuff. There was a really good way someone said it the other day, which I liked, and come on, you can remember. And it wasn't even to do with music, but it was to do with art in a different way. So I like watching makeup tutorials. And there's a guy who's a really good makeup artist. And they were doing something called colour theory. Like, colour theory could also be seen as music theory for us. So he said, you know, there's a theory. He said there are no rules to making. There are no rules to makeup, but there is a theory to makeup, like colour theory, and you know, so and how things go on to make it look good when you put your makeup on. However, it's art, so there are no rules, but there is a theory, and I think that the same is true for music. So there are no rules, but there is a theory behind it. And there are, you know, certain things that we need to stick by in order for things to sound palatable for people. But yeah, I do like Rick Rubin. I like I like how he makes me think about stuff. So yeah. And again, this, you know, has all been prompted from listening to People Like Us's track there, because, you know, that's someone who is completely in their sound and is just having fun with it, and isn't like obsessing about, oh, like, is my mix down wrong, I don't know, I'll do this on Fresh Ears tomorrow, have I put too much, is it too much side on my, or have I made it too wide on my synths? Like, shut up, bore off. Like, there's so many things that we can worry about now because we know too many things. And when you don't know that you don't know, that ignorance can be bliss, especially when it comes to art. I think that can make it a lot more of an innocent journey. And then you kind of like you can lose your way when you are bombarded, and I mean bombarded with extra information on social media, on how you're not doing it the right way. Hi, DJ Solar. Hi, Bazza. Watching that Jacob Collier help me loads of course. I'll have to look out for him. He said there are no wrong notes, just ones that sound better. I'd agree with that. There's a reason it's called music theory and not music law. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, because nothing changes. Me and Sean Tyers had this conversation once on one of his live streams because I was mentioning passively that a lot of trance music is very much akin to classical. And that is a known thing, you know, that there are a lot of classical pieces that have been revamped in trance over the last 20, 30 years. But he picked me up on it, and I'm glad that he did, because he said, well, that doesn't have to necessarily be true, because unfortunately what happens then is everything starts to sound the same. And I agree with that. I think that we need to step outside the realms of, you know, what we think is sounding good or is sounding, you know, resolved in a sense, and try out different things. Otherwise, it's always going to be the same. I find that difficult, though. I do find, but then at the same time, I'm aware of it, because when I do a chord progression or a riff that is safe, I just say to myself, oh, fuck off. Fuck off. Like, it's just so obvious. Like, if I just do a riff and then I'm like, yeah, and it all kind of like, I'm like, yeah, bore off, and I'll know that it won't really hit anyone, because if it's not hitting me, then it won't hit. If it's not hitting me, then no one else is going to believe in it. So that's when I'll start to really, you know, try and change things, or even just simplify it down. So hi, Kyle. Honestly, mate, stick around. You'll hear loads of stuff on this show, loads of music, loads of different skill levels, and you'll quickly realise that you're probably ready. But yeah, you just need to be around your friends like Kat, yeah, Milo, R, and Cooper, yeah. Who's Milo? Do I know Milo? Kyle's one of my students, by the way. Good to see you, mate. Kid Dynamo says, I struggle with melodies a lot. Yeah. Welcome to my world. Do you know who doesn't struggle with melodies? Guyver, which is a very good segue into Guyver's Patreon. So if you haven't done this already, even I am a member of Guy's Patreon. I'm just trying to find you the link now. You can join Guy's Patreon. I think like the lowest tier is like £5 a month, and he's got loads and loads of tutorials on there that will be massively, massively helpful to everyone. Like, I started a track last night. I had a student today who is a beginner on music production, and unfortunately we had to cut the lesson short because he was having audio problems. But I wanted to show him how quick and easy it is to use good samples, and I put together like a good 1632 bar loop of a track together last night within an hour, like literally within an hour. Nothing on the mixer, no processing, nothing, all out the box, all stuff from the sample packs and the presets for Vital, which is a free synth, which is all available on Guy's Patreon. So lowest tier is £5 a month, and I think the top tier is £50 a month, where you get like a one-to-one with him and stuff as well. So Bazzy, yeah, you remember, aren't you? So let me just put a thing on here. Join, do it in capitals so people read it properly. Join Guyver's Patreon for as little as £5. Learn from the best! ! There we go. And I'll pin that. I'll also make sure that's on the YouTube thingy as well. There we go. I'm kind of pissed off about this as well, in a jokey kind of a way, because for years and years, me and Guy have been together for 11 years now. Guy has been a big part of my music production journey. Not all the way through, because as anyone knows, when you're with somebody, you can't teach them shit, because they will go, yes, I know, or they'll shout at you. So for parts of our relationship, to preserve the relationship, he could not teach me anything to do with music production. He did in the beginning, and then he didn't for a number of years. Hi, Richie. But now he does. I confer with him over loads of stuff now, because I don't have that frustration that I have. All of you will know what this is like. When you're first learning music production, you get very stressed out, very frustrated at yourself, at everything. Everything sounds shit. You'll get something sound all right for a bit, and then you'll just fucking lose it again. So for a long time, he just was like, whoa, I can't deal with the energy. But I got to learn so much, and I still do, from him. And now he has his Patreon. Kind of a little bit annoyed, because you guys are learning all the stuff that I know. But obviously I'm very, very happy that he's doing it, and I know that it's helpful stuff as well. So especially if you're using FL Studio, roll your top and bottom end, bub. You mean things start not to sound shit? I think so. Like, apparently that is a thing, but I don't know. It's like, we've always said that it's like having the most dysfunctional relationship ever, being an artist. I think this is true of any form of art as well, because it's so elusive. It evades you. You don't know when it's going to show up. Then you don't show up. You got to be in the right mood for it. You'll get the writer's block. Then it's, very frustrating. It does feel like a very dysfunctional relationship a lot of the time. Which is why we have our therapy group. Yay! Okay, next up is Adrian, Sterritt and Digital Mafia, who've done a remix of the Prodigy, and this is Voodoo People. So there we go. That was the Adrian, Sterritt and Digital Mafia remix of the Prodigy Voodoo People. I echo Kid Dynamo's sentiments there. That yeah, that riff may be 30 years old, but it's still just so valid. So valid. Like that level of originality. See, that was original because it was not even an actual word. Originality. That's what you want, really. And not just like once either. Like all of their tunes of that era, all of them were just like, and I wonder if it's something to do with what we're doing at that age. Because we've got like that, you know, like when you start production, if you did start at a younger age, you've got like that really cool, dumb, teenage, early 20s false confidence, haven't you? Although you don't even know it's false confidence. Like you just feel confident. Like, you know, before you get fucked over by life. And you don't have any responsibilities. I wonder if that's something to do with it, you know. And also the fact of having a group of you all going, oh, let's try this, let's try that. I do, and I'm literally just thinking about this now. I've not really even thought about it before. I wonder if that's part of it, is, you know, like swapping ideas and being in the studio and not having much else needed to do. No worrying about picking the kids up from school and fitting in music production around family life and shit like that. I think it is still possible, but I definitely feel like that innocence and being in touch with one's inner child and the playfulness is really important if you are ever going to be doing anything very authentic. What do you guys think? Hi Ferg, how you doing, mate? And in terms of this remix, I do like it. I think it played it safe, but not in a necessarily bad way. I do really thank you, Bosky. I think that we should strive to be in touch with our inner child, and what a better way to do it than through being creative, like with art in some form. You have less boundaries when you're younger. Yeah. We also don't have as many rules in our heads. I'll always listen to my kids when if they like something or not, and listen to the reasons why. I don't need to make time for music production now. I just punish myself by staying up too late after the kids go to bed. Yeah. Well, you do what you got to do. I used to be kind of the same. Like, the kids are a bit older now, so I get a lie in. So I don't. It's not a problem if I do stay up late in the studio. However, I have read enough into this where technically I understand that our brains work better in the morning, especially in terms of creativity, energy levels, all that kind of thing. Yet I'd still say I feel energetically that nighttime, like early hours of the morning, the energy feels a lot more slower, if that makes sense, because it's quiet, everyone's gone to bed. And so for me, that feels more like the time to do it, even though that could just be some kind of like belief system that I have there. I don't know if first thing in the morning, I mean, I could, maybe I'll give it a go. Maybe I'll try. I think some of the best stuff is done when a bunch of like-minded weird folk get in the studio and just hammer it out with no preconceptions. I do as well. And every time I've been in the studio with someone, including yourself, Kid Dynamo, and Toryn as well, good things have come out of it. Definitely. There you go, Bosky. This is it. And this is where I think that family life and, you know, life in general does get in the ways, because it's trying to get everyone to be able to find time to do stuff together and to collab. Richie says, I am more work productive in the AM, but more fun productive at night. Yeah, and I, again, going into the research into, you know, our brains and stuff, there is a lot to be said for being creative when you're tired, because the brain is a bit more loose. So, like, I'm talking sometimes you could be like 2 or 3 days into a studio session and be very, very tired. But then you kind of lose your inhibitions with things and come out with some really good ideas, probably some really shit ones as well. But I, in my past, have come up with some good ideas being like that. Toryn says, unless they're Irish and get hammered and you listen to a percussion loop for 3 days off your nut. I feel attacked. Oh, shit. Yeah. Yeah, it's all part of it. All part of it. I just find too many weird ideas for it. I don't know if you guys heard this, but I found something in my samples, and there's probably loads of these. I recorded myself. This is from like 2008. I recorded myself on the sesh doing a weird where is it? Oh, there's even more. What's this? Is one called Amber fucking D for Donk. What's that? Dare I play it? It's an AAC file. What's that? What's an AAC file? Is that something to do with QuickTime?
Amber fucking D, but D stands for donk.
Ha ha! Brilliant. I didn't even know I had that. No, the one I was looking for was me doing Tom Jones. That was it. I found this the other day. I'm going to show it you now that I've been talking about it. But this is like the other end of like what can happen in a studio session when you've been up for far too long. And I still think I could do something with this vocal. I probably never will because I didn't time it. It was just me messing around in my studio. But do you know what I do love about it? Even though the idea itself, the actual recording itself is probably not something that I will ever use. The idea behind it, as in like, you know, I'm just having fun with it. I found it. Amber sings Tom Jones. Here we go. My computer's been really slow.
Better take off clothes real slow.
And I only recorded it in the left fucking channel.
Take off your shoes. Take off your shoes. Better take off your dress. Yes. You can leave your hat on. You can leave your hat on. You can leave your hat on.
And then the last bit.
Levels are okay now.
The levels are okay now. Yeah, my point being, there is something magical about being creative in those states of mind. And I will tell you now, I've never ever had a wasted evening. Or been wasted, but it's never been wasted because it's always been something creative. Even though the idea itself might not be usable, it's always been creative. It's never been like destructive. And who knows, maybe one day I might use that. I don't know, because now we've got things like audio. We've got the warping powers of Ableton, because none of that was like done to any set beat or anything like that. But you know, the thing is, it might be at some point used, and it probably will be now that I've made such a big fuss about it. Hi, Rob. But yeah, it's the point of it is the freeness, being free with your expression and not poo-pooing an idea too quickly. Letting an idea come to fruition is a better way to put it. It's not a negative way of putting it. Let's put it into a positive frame. Letting an idea come to fruition before critiquing it too harshly. Even an idea like that. So there you go. Thank you to Adrian and Digital Mafia for that remix. Next up, we have got djritchie. djritchie and Jade, and this is Angel, Ayla's mix. Okay, that was really, really nice. Okay, so in terms of like the actual ideas, I think this is really original sounding, very authentic, very different. You kind of remind me a bit of Lance as well, in terms of it being, you know, hard house, but sounding quite different to what I'm used to hearing, but in a good way, in a way that's needed to keep things fresh. And it's probably down to the samples that you're using and the fact that you're probably, and I'm just guessing when I say this, but pardon me, I'm guessing that you're not a DJ, but you're more of a producer first. Hello? What do you want? Pardon? Oh, going in the bath. Okay, have a nice bath. Let me kiss. Let me kiss. Let me kiss. Let me
Do
kiss.
some scrubber.
I love you.
What is it?
Demo drop today.
What is it?
And my friends were just talking about.
You have no friends.
I have got friends.
No, you don't.
My friends are there.
What friends? I can't see
There,
them.
look. They're talking to me. See?
I can't really see any, mate.
We're talking about music. You wouldn't know.
Yeah, I do actually. You have no
Okay.
friends. Can I have one more than Japanese things?
No.
Please.
No, they're mine. Stop it.
Mum, I'm literally your daughter, please. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Right, go away.
I thought.
Go away.
Yeah, bye.
It's
Thank you.
embarrassing. Soz about that, guys. Jesus. Cringe. I love it, really. I like the attention. I know she just wants sweets, but she'll come and butter me up and give me a cuddle. That's fine. If I get cuddles out of it, she can have one of the sweets. Where was I? Yeah, so I really feel like there is something really special about your production. I don't know if you have told me or not, if you are a DJ or if you're more a producer first. My guess is that you're a producer more than you are a DJ. And I like that because I DJ many a wedding, but okay, I'm glad that I'm right, because there's differences in the arrangement and the structure and the sounds that you're using to what someone who's like predominantly a DJ and then becomes a producer would use, or maybe use an engineer, which is also fine. So I quite like that. I like that because we live in a time now where it's almost statutory to be, I've said that wrong, statutory to feel the need to have to be a producer if you are a DJ as well, to get yourself on the map, so to speak. And I think that can saturate the scene a lot, put a lot of music out there that does sound quite samey or quite generic. So it really stands out to me when someone comes along and is doing something from the heart and something a little bit different without the preconceptions of what someone like me would have as a DJ predominantly going into music production. The only thing that I would like to hear, and this is my label head on at the moment, is I think the mix down. I think maybe keep this mix down because I'd call this the rough mix. I'd like you to try doing a different mix down. And the other thing was in your transitional bits, because I felt like the loops were quite loud. I thought the loops were a bit too loud. But I also think that could be fine if there is a bit more filtering in and out of the transition areas. So it was kind of like when you're moving from one section into the other. I think there was like not a fake drop, but like an 8-bar. Like this bit coming up now, things are starting to come out to get ready for the next section, but you've left the loops quite loud all the way through. I think you could just do a bit of filter automation. Just on this bit, a bit of filter automation of that loop that you've got, that swingy loop. And then back in, and then bring it back in there. So that's just something that I think would be picked up by probably a label. It's a very small thing, but it also makes a lot of difference because it ties everything in nicely, and makes it sound more polished and professional at the end of it. Just to have, and also it will create even more energy when that filter automation comes back up again, because it creates the silence and, you know, the coming away and then pushing it forward again. The tension, yes, Lance, that's the one. But that's all really positive feedback. I really, really, really do like this. Where's the vocal from? Because I do quite like this. There's something quite special about it. Jade. So Jade is someone who, Little Mix. Oh, okay. So there would be a problem with licensing there, but you should definitely let people have this tune if that's what you want to do. Well, you're not a DJ, are you? So it would be good. It would be. I've not heard the original, but I do like that vocal. I think what you've done with it's awesome. Do I not listen to Radio 1? No. I don't listen to the radio. I don't do anything. The only things I do, right, is I listen to Asmongold. I watch Asmongold, who's another Twitch streamer. I watch Kip Boga. I watch loads and loads of weird tutorials on how to use Bitwig, which I never even use. Vital. Things on parallel compression, serial compression. Or I watch social justice warriors getting owned. YouTube videos. What else do I watch? Joe Rogan. Sci-fi Dan. He goes out. He has Tinfoil Tuesdays, which is good. Oh, it's today actually. I'll have to watch that in a bit. Doom Scroll. Yeah. I forget to watch listen to Radio 1. But maybe I should, because I know it's been getting really good again lately, because Hannah Lang's been doing her own show on there. And so, yeah, I think it's time that I did start to listen to a bit more current stuff. I do have Spotify now, and I do listen to Spotify when I'm doing a long drive to a DJ gig, and I've started to hear a lot more new stuff that way as well. Have I watched Sushi Dragon lately? Yeah, I have. I always watch him. He's awesome, isn't he? He had the Twitch CEO, Dan Clancy, over at his warehouse recently. He's so cool, isn't he? Yeah, I've been on his show twice. I did 2 interviews with him years ago now, years and years ago. But I watched him from way back when he was in LA in a basement. So yeah. Yes, please, Lance. Make sure you did. Yeah, I've been on his show twice. So yeah, I know them very well. They're awesome. They are both him and his missus, Michelle. Yeah. Yeah, he is a proper geek. But, you know, we love geeks, don't we, on this show? So, all geeks together. So, yeah, we've even had Deadmau5 has been on my main channel a couple of times as well. He pops in. That's the great thing about Twitch, guys, is the community, and, you never know who's going to pop into your stream at any moment. It's so cool. But, yeah, Richie, loved it. Thank you for sending it in. Next up, we've got Twiddle and TJ Lazer-Rock Dat Body. So there we go. That is Twiddle and TJ Lazer-Rock That Body. I really like this. I like the swing to it. I would have liked to have heard more bass in it. I think it could take another like quite sparse but every so often kind of a groovy bass line, or even maybe thicken up the bass line that's already here. Let me just go back. So we've got those toms. So if you listen to what the toms are doing. Either like have a sub under those toms doing the same like pattern. I do feel like there's room for having a quite mid-bassy and sub in there as well, just so like in a club it will just really like push it forward. I just feel like it needs that rooting down. I can hear it in my head. I can definitely hear it in my head. So yeah, a little bow wow. Yeah, it's nearly there. Yeah, I do. I think it's got room for it. That's the good thing about this like slow swingy stuff, is there's space in there for that kind of thing to be in there. It doesn't need to be like a rolling bass. It doesn't need to be like an offbeat bass. Just like something groovy, something that's pushing it along. I think that would sound epic. High Dodgeball Light. Yeah, we played Voodoo, people. It was epic. Thank you so much. Cheers, mate. Thank you for sending it in. And yeah, Twiddle and TJ Lazer, awesome tune. Awesome tune. Thank you for sending it in. Next up, we've got Bosky. And Bosky's made a pretty song called... Do you know, I haven't even listened to this yet, because usually I'll listen to everyone's songs when they come in, just to make sure that it's listenable and that we can like help you with it. And with people like Bosky, I'm like, oh, I'll know it would be brilliant. So I didn't bother listening to it. So I'll be hearing it for the first time as well. So here we go. This is Bosky and Relapse. There we go. That is Bosky and Relapse. Yeah, I like this. I don't work too hard. I live what I do. But do you know what I do? I've been very, very disciplined lately. I've been doing a lot of fasting. So it is nice to have a bit of a treat. I know what's going to happen though now, because this has got sugar in it. Tomorrow, I'm going to have my sugar cravings. I find for me, sugar cravings are the hardest. I find sugar extremely addictive. Once I get it out of my system, if I can do 2 days without it, I'm back to normal again. But tomorrow's going to be hard, definitely. Magnesium helps. And also eating more sugar helps as well. But if you don't want to eat loads of sugar all the time, doing a bit of intermittent fasting and magnesium will help. Yeah. It's very addictive. But it's okay every now and then. So, I'm not smashing all of it tonight. God, no. No. Sugar is not as good as crack, says Toryn. So I reckon I'm going to get to your question. Is that, Bosky, I really like this. I really like it. It's straight to the point. It's hard house, but it's also melodic as well. It's quite serious, and it knows where it's going. So I do like that about it. I just wonder if you could layer the bass a little bit. I feel like you might have over-compressed the bass a little bit. It feels a little bit... Or, do you know what it is? I think you could shorten the note. Shorten the note for a little bit more energy. And put a bit of attack, maybe like a pitch envelope at the start of it for a little bit more attack. I think that would make it really hop. But I really like it. It reminds me a bit of the old Vicious Circle stuff. Really well mixed down. Love those hoovers. Yeah, really good. Really nice. Thank you for sending it in, mate. Thank you. And guys, everyone go and follow Bosky on Facebook. There we go. Let me just see what Zarek said. I've been with my mentor for a year. And though I haven't made the progress I want in a signed EP, it's still ongoing to get those submitted, made. I listened to stuff I made a year ago and it's so much better. Can I just confirm what you mean by that? That you made the stuff that you're making now is much better, or the stuff that you made before? Still there. Oh, okay. I'm reading the rest of it. I assume now that you're saying the stuff that you're making now is a lot better, which would make sense. But it does happen the other way around as well. That's why I'm just clarifying. Still, though, I'm struggling with arrangement. What's the best way to deal with that? I seem to layer like a techno or hardstyle track instead of add, subtract pieces. Let me just work out what you mean here. I'm struggling with arrangement. What's the best way? There is no best way, but we can all help you within the chat now with what our different ways are of doing it. And then you maybe, if one of those ways resonates with you, go and give it a go. What's the best way to deal with that, with arrangement? I seem to layer like a techno or hardstyle track instead of add, subtract pieces. So what you're saying there, I'm assuming that you're saying that you're getting stuck in the loop. So you've got the ideas there, but it's kind of like you've maybe got like a 16 bar or 32 bar idea and you want to be getting it down Yeah. Okay. Okay. So let's see what other people are going to say in the chat. I will tell you now that arrangement was probably my biggest hurdle of them all. And I know some people find it quite easy. So I spoke to Sterling Moss once about this. He makes techno. And the way that he does it is he literally puts everything, every single channel. So say like on your, whatever door you're in, you got your arrangement. And so every single sound he's put all the way across. So let's say like, I don't know, 16 channels of stuff, whatever it is. So you got your kicks, your hi-hats, your close hi-hats, your open hi-hats, your ride, your clap, your snare, your acid line, your vocal, whatever it is. And then what he does at that point is he starts taking stuff away. So that's his method of doing it. So he'll just put all the blocks in and then he'll just start kind of carving it out, which is a very techno thing to do. The way that I do it, I just wonder if I can show you. Let me see if I can show you now. I'm going to show you very quickly because it's much better if I just show you in FL quickly. So I think you'll be able to hear it because you'll be able to hear my desktop audio. So if we go to here, okay, that's display capture. If I just try, can you still, yeah, you can still hear me, can't you? Okay, so I've got opened up a new project here. It's my template. So the way that I would do arrangement is, let me just find something that I've been working on recently to show you because it'd be a bit more interesting. So again, just to what's the word, confirm, like this is something that a lot of people have an issue with the old Ujima, what's it, there we are, hi, hello. Yeah, so Kid Dynamo says I'll try and get a 32 bar loop going. Yeah, the problem that I find is when I'm in that loop, it can distract me from continuing. So and this is actually a good project for me to show you this way of doing it when it loads. I'll get to an idea stage and then I'm like, okay, now I need to start mapping it out. And the way to start mapping it out is the psychological reason behind mapping it out is important. Is because you'll start to listen to it as a finished piece of music instead of it just being this loop. And sometimes it can be quite psychologically fun to be stuck in this loop because it's kind of like a bit of procrastination. You're going to have to ignore some of the stuff in here because I got to a stage when I was doing this where I was just trying out loads of ideas. So as you can see in this track that I'm making at the moment, I have got so far with it. Probably, I think I've deleted everything that I'm not using. Someone's coming down the stairs. People need to leave me the fuck alone. Who is it? What? What do you want? I'm streaming. I'm talking to my friends. Oh God! I can quickly say hi.
Hi guys. Are we getting the bus home after football tomorrow?
No, I'll pick you up from school. What time? 4:30.
3:30.
3:30. Okay, cool.
What are you doing?
Okay, I'm just showing everyone something. You wouldn't understand.
I'm getting a bath.
It's not got. Okay, have a nice bath.
I'm really mad because my Xbox isn't working.
Okay.
God, that's scary. I love you. Love you.
Do you not want a sweet?
Yeah. Can I have two?
No, you can't have two. You can have one. But your sister had one, and if I don't let you have one, then I'll feel bad. I feel like I prefer her over you.
Right. Yeah.
Now, what are you thinking that? I love you.
I'm your favourite anyway.
Okay. Bye.
you.
Love you. Bye. God, it's embarrassing. Okay, where were we? Step away from the snacks. They never believe me when I say I've got any friends. Okay, so this is a track that I've made, and I have actually got a reference track. This is what I'm going to be showing you, is a reference track. So this track is something that I've started. Probably not going to have that in there, but so, and then some ideas.
I'm on the go. I come to go get stupid. But for sure, yes, you know that I will grow, cause the house gets warm.
But as you can see, I've started to like map this out. Now, in order for me to have got past, in order for me to get past the dreaded loop, so I would have had a loop like this for ages, right? My loop would have been this. And I would have been like, oh, I really like that, but I don't know where to go with it from this point. So what I usually do is I have like a scratch pad that I call it, this side here. This is where I've got loads of different ideas, like anything. Stuff I'm using, stuff I might use, stuff I'm probably not going to use.
Shake it.
But it's just like it's just little ideas, little hits and stuff that I might put in at some point. So they go over here, and if you can see up here, it says start. And this is a marker that you can put into FL Studio. You can call these markers anything that you want and then pop them up here. So mine starts here. So I've got all of this room to the left here just to put little ideas in. And then this gives me kind of agency then to start putting my track together. So I find something that's kind of like in the same vein as, what have I done there? Is this, which is this track, this Hannah Lang's label actually, and it's called Fuck Knows. And what I would do, I don't do this as often anymore, but what I do to help me with the arrangement is I'll find a track similar to what it is that I'm making, and then what I'll end up doing is grabbing it here and then time stretching it so that it's exactly the same tempo as my project, which it is here. That's my clicker. And then I literally will go all the way through. So that's a start. So I start it here. And then I trace across. Where's the bass come in? Bass comes in here. So then I'll put another little marker in up here. Add marker. And I'll put bass. and I'll put that in there. So that tells me that's where the bass is supposed to come in. I'm going to go on a bit more. We've got the first breakdown here. So then I'll put in here BD for breakdown. And then this is the build up. Then we've got like a little bit of a fake drop there. Still building. Drops here. So I'll put in drop there. And I'll continue to do that all the way through main breakdown here. And so it will allow me to see like how this is going to pan out in terms of I could absolutely 100% follow that and trace that. So then what I'd do is I would make sure that my cymbal crashes are happening, you know, every single time something's happening here, which is every 16. You know, and I'll just trace it out like that. And then at least then what I'll get to see is like it will have the same kind of shape as a track that sounds like it. And I find that's a really good way of knowing how to then start out your arrangement. You don't need to do it to the exact same like arrangement, but it really, this has been probably the number one thing that's helped me the most. The other thing that's really, really helped is by getting my cymbal crashes in early. And it's probably more of a psychological thing, but if I hear them, you know, and then also maybe putting in a few like snare rolls and things, which I haven't done yet because this track's quite still early stages, that will also help me to think of it as being, you know, quite a... So they're just little ideas that I've got for this track. I'm just trying to find a vocal for it at the moment, which is why I found that Tom Jones one. In fact, should we try the Tom Jones vocal in this quickly? Where will that be? Here we go. Let's try the Tom Jones vocal in here. Ready? There you go, kind of works. But yeah, that that's what I do. Are you still there? My right ear is happy. But yeah, going back to the bit that's more helpful is getting in a reference track, like up here, having it time stretched so it's the same as your project, and just putting in these little markers here, which will give you, it's kind of like tracing paper for music. And that way you'll get yourself out of the dreaded loop and you'll be able to start putting things in. Even as simple as putting in, let me just find a down sweeps. Just putting things like this, just putting your effects in early really, really helps, because it just helps you to tie in those different areas really quickly. And just putting your effects early, putting your snare rolls. Snare rolls are always very good for like just getting things sounding like, it doesn't even need to be the snare roll that you're going to use, you know, in it. But, you know, it might be. So if I just time stretch that, whatever that is. I don't think that's right. That's time stretched it all wrong. So put in your snare rolls, put in your cymbal crashes, put in your down sweeps and things, because it will help transition the different sections of the arrangement quicker for you. So yeah, that's what I would do. I guess I'm not referencing as well as I should then. I map when a drum or percussion comes in. I guess I should look at it differently. Yeah, again, like you said, that what's the best way of doing it? There is no best way of doing it, but there are multiple ways of doing it, and you'll just find one. You'll just find one of those ways that will work best for you. And then, like, at some point, you just won't need to do that anymore. But that's a very, very normal thing to get kind of confused with the arrangement side of things. I like when you're bad at singing, just add lots of reverb. Yeah, it works. The downtime hasn't been wasted. I found my genre, tech house, EastEnders, and pieces of how I want to define my music. Yeah, you're always on the path, mate. Oh, Kidanime like the breaks bit. Yay! You've got everything for a rinser without that vocal. Cool, thank you. Yeah, I will continue to work on that then. I think what I'll probably do eventually is either have like an original vocal for it, or I don't know. But that's the good thing, is it doesn't need to be finished. You know, I'm not in any rush, because I know that at some point I'll know what to do with it. So, hello, Adam. No, you're welcome, mate. That's what this is all about, and I hope that is useful to you and anyone else as well. Bosky, once again, I love that tune, mate. Keep them coming. I do like your harder tracks that you make, as well as your trancier stuff. So keep them coming. We'll do Lance next. We've got Lance in, haven't we? So this is Atomic NRG. There we go. That is Lance and Atomic NRG. I like the name of it. I think the name really suits it. That key change was epic, and you transitioned it amazingly. I thought it sounded really smooth, and it was unexpected in a good way, and you made it work. I like the Hoovers. Yeah, it did, didn't it, Kid Dynamo? That's what I liked. When it came back down, it sounded like, oh yeah, like it resolved. It resolved without it feeling like a drop back down in energy, because you would think a key change going up creates energy, but when you came back down again, it seemed to just change the energy. It didn't lose energy, and I think that was really clever. The name was only because of the vocal sample, fair enough. But I'm sure you were inspired by that in some way, even if it was subconsciously. Imagine it off your pickle on the dance floor. That's it. As long as that is like, if you were off your head on the dance floor, will I dance to this? Yes. Then you've done it. You've won. I'd probably argue with the fact that anyone will dance to anything when they're off their pickle, but then fine. If that's the case, good. It's easier for us. Did anyone see that episode? This is years ago when I actually watched EastEnders. Do you remember that episode where Dot Cotton's grandson, I think it was in the laundrette, and he'd found pills, and he was dancing to the washing machine. So fucking brilliant, this. Whoa. It's like, yeah, I relate to that. It's a good episode, that, wasn't it? Very realistic. There we go. Lance says, please go onto my Bandcamp. And did you give me your Bandcamp? I really wish that people would give me their proper details when sending me in music to be on the show, because I haven't got it. And if you try and put a link in the chat now, it won't work. So if you want to be quick, you need to send me the link for your Bandcamp, so I can A, put it in the chat, and B, put it in the YouTube details as well. Yeah, it's well, you know, I want to be able to make a big fuss out of you guys. I want people to be able to connect with you and follow you. That's the point. So make sure you send it me now, Lance, don't forget, and then I can put it on the notes, and then that means I can transfer it onto the YouTube details. So yeah, if anyone's single, any lovely ladies, Toryn, my friend Toryn, he is 6'2", male, and recently single. So if you want to date him, he's really nice, he's lovely. And he makes very good music. In fact, we're going to be listening to his song that he's made next. And his song he's made with his good friend Nick Rowland. And it's called An Ending. He needs a rebound, god damn it. Yeah, do you know what? I think he actually does. Because I think he's just been going back to this source a little bit too often by the sounds of it. You know, when like he's just stuck in this loop of like, this isn't working, but why not? I'd rather that than be lonely, which is stupid, by the way. And then what? Oh, what happened? What was it Einstein said? What are you doing in here with that hammer? No, he didn't say that. He said, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome is the definition of insanity. Now, I don't know if it was him who said that or those exact words. I might be paraphrasing. But It was something like that. And it's kind of said hammer time. It was something like that. So he needs to not do that anymore, basically, I think. But, you know, because I've told him privately, I've said, look, you need to stop it because you need to be making more music. And this is a good example of why he needs to stop it, because he's made a really good tune here and we're going to listen to it now. Here we go. we go. Toryn D and Nick Rowland. I've only just realised Toryn's a D as well. Got Toryn D and Amber D. Aww. But yeah, on this one, it's Toryn D and Nick Rowland and ending. I loved this track. It took me on a journey. I could see in the chat a lot of you felt the same as well. Very layered. I love the outro there as well. And your little yeah in there. I thought that it kept the energy up nicely. You thought about that. It kind of like, you know, that transitional point between like the melodic bit, the main part after the main breakdown where we've got the drop, you know, when we're coming into the kind of the outro or the counter melody or the introduction melody or the introduction area. We want it to kind of like obviously meld in with the rest of it, but also be quite, you know, have its own moment as well. And I like that because we were quite floaty, and the riff, the melody itself was quite, how would I explain it? It was quite an open and then a nice resolve to it. And it was quite floaty. It allowed me to kind of like drift away with it. And then when we came into the outro, then it kind of like toughened up and it got a bit more serious. And I like that juxtaposition between the two, that kind of like almost light and dark of it. So yeah, I thought that it was, and Nick Rowland, yes, thank you, Kid Dynamo. Yeah, it was beautiful. I loved the gated vocals on it as well. Always a winner. Yeah. Hi, Naughty Noodles. Yeah, my dad's doing okay. As a few of you will know, I took a week off last week, which was timed perfectly because I actually was planning on having a week-long studio session at home and just staying up for like 3 or 4 days in my studio, just doing weird shit. And I couldn't do it because my dad got ill. And so I went and I made sure my dad was okay instead. But I'm happy about that. I don't mind at all. But it worked out quite well because I was having a week off everything anyway. But yeah, he got rushed into hospital. He wasn't very well. And he had like breathing issues and stuff. He's had cancer as well a few times. So he's not been very well. He's getting quite old now. So I went up there and I sorted the house out for him. Got him a haircut. Took loads of shit out of the house that he didn't need. He does a really good job of looking after the house on his own, I must say. But he was just, you know, like how old people do this stupid thing where they start going to loads of car boot sales or buying stuff off their mates that they'll never use, but they're like, oh, just in case. You know, like you do like on the section. A bit like how someone that's been up for 3 days would go to the middle aisle at Lidl and just buy all the weird shit there that you don't really need, but you're like, oh, I could definitely use an air compressor and some spray paint. So because I'm going to spray paint, like, I don't know, one of the walls in the basement or something. Not that I've thought that, but you know what I mean? You never know, do you? Like, Dad's going through that phase at the moment. So he's bought loads of weird shit home. He's got loads of, like, amps. He's from a rock background. So he's got loads of, like, old amps that don't work anymore, loads of cabinets and stuff. And, like, he's just accumulated it all. I'm like, Dad, you're not going to ever get around to fixing this. And, like, loads of cables and shit. And then he's bought like carpet, and he's allergic to dust mites. So I'm like, this carpet's gotta go. So I'm there going to the tip in like in Whitland, in Wales, just going to the local tip, just like on my own, just like it was a you're right, like, ooh, you're new. Coming up wanting to chat with me, and I'm like, I like. Yeah. So I've just been sorting out his house, and we had a really good laugh. We got a load of stuff sorted out, you know, like all of the funeral stuff. We had a good chat about what he wants, what kind of a funeral he wants. And I know that can sound quite like a sad thing. I mean, it is a sad thing, but it's definitely, I feel like my dad feels a lot more at peace with everything now, knowing that everything's in place, and knowing that, you know, I've got all of his passwords for things. You know, I know like who his funeral. He's like got his funeral plan sorted out, life insurance, all of those things. You know, I've just gone down there and got everything ready, you know, for the when we have to sort all of that kind of stuff out. And I think it's given him a lot of peace of mind. So yeah, a man after my own heart with broken arms. He's got so many of them. I'm going to inherit them, you know, when it eventually happens. So look out for a message from me. Well, I'll be asking you like, how are we going to fix these? Because some of them look all right. They're massive as well, these speakers he's got. I don't know where he's got them from. But yeah, it's Amper D. But yeah, I feel at peace with it. I have a very good, healthy relationship with the concept of death. As being a hippie myself, but I think my dad needed me to be there. So yeah, I definitely left him feeling a lot better. I left him I've got my infrared lamp, near infrared light lamp. I've given him that and made sure that he uses that every day because that will help him a lot with his pains and just getting him energy, making sure that he takes all of his medication, that kind of thing. But yeah, he's cool. Just reminding him to put music on in the house. For anyone that's got elderly parents, make sure that they know to put music on. If they live alone, get them to put music on in the house. Just have the radio on and stuff. And just that on its own will, you know, make them feel a lot better. So Toryn says, I've got loads of broken amp speakers and old Pioneer mixers. Yeah, well, you never know. You never know when it's going to come in useful. But yeah, Toryn, I love this tune. I really do. And I think you mentioned that this is coming out on your album. You're doing an album. So now all that Toryn needs to do is stop putting the pussy on a pedestal and remembering to just do music. Don't do pussy. Do music. Don't look at vaginas anymore. What was it I said to you in a message? What did I say to you? I need to find it now. So like, stop going back to aggressive vagina, I think it was. Hostile vagina, that was it. I put, you'll be fine. Just stop repeating the pattern now and focus your energy on shit that's constructive. You've got so much potential. So it's time to stop spaffing your energy up a hostile vagina and instead create some awesome music. I think it was a Wednesday when I sent that. Oh. Love you, mate. Fucking hostile. Oh dear. Hang on. Yeah. Pardon? No. You need to go upstairs. I'm still streaming. Go on. No, it's a demo drop today. You'll put me off. You distract me. I love you, but no. No. Boundaries. Come on. Mummy's working right now.
Sasha said that we're going to get books after school.
What, back here?
Yeah.
I'm picking you up, aren't I? What time do you finish?
Well, we're going to leave at 3:15. So
to get the bus, and what time will you be back home?
4:50.
4:30. Yeah. No going via town. You're not allowed in town.
No.
All right. Okay. Well, I will trust you. Yeah. Just make sure if you're getting the bus home, you be back home before 4:30. School finishes at 2:15. All right. I'm already giving you a big window there of time. Do not be in town. If I find out that you've been in town, you're going to be grounded. Okay? All right. Okay. Love you. Night. Right. Yeah, so Toryn has told me that that's coming out on his album. I'm sure you said that it was something to do with an album that you're bringing out. But yeah, we are all guilty of being distracted by hostile vaginas, what else? Peeved penises. All kinds of things, you know, whatever it is. Sex, shopping, sugar. Procrastination comes in many forms, but we know why we do it. It's because we're scared. We become fearful. We become fearful of the thought of being successful at what we do. We become fearful at being seen, and that presents itself with issues where we want to be seen, but we also don't want to be seen. And music's a very vulnerable place. So we distract ourselves with these things. Alcohol, drugs, all kinds of things. But really, when it comes to it, mistake drapes, yes. When it comes down to it, we know what we're supposed to be doing, and we're supposed to be doing our music. So do it! Come on, let's be accountable. Yeah, we do. DBFG is right. We do find comfort in the things we know the best, even if those things are inherently bad for us. Mean bean. But yeah, we need to work through that. Push through it. Again, I'm going to mention that book that I keep going on about all the time called The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. I now do my morning pages every morning. So I write pages and pages and pages of writing every single day. I do about 3 of these a day. Every morning. Well, when I say morning, it's my morning. It could be afternoon. But the point is, you drain your brain of all of the crap, and it helps you to align yourself with what you're going to achieve in the studio. Do you know what I found really helpful about writing stuff down like that? Is it's made me realize all of the cool stuff that I've done like the day before. I have a big problem. I don't know if any of you guys are the same, but I always forget to appreciate little things that I've done for myself, or little goals like, oh, I've signed a track to a cool label, or I've finished a tune, or I started a tune, or I've been able to save up for a new camera, or I've taught myself how to use Lightroom. And I don't really consciously give myself like a pat on the back for it, but because I'm always like, oh, well, I need to do something else now, I need to do something else. And I think it's really important to do that, to bank in your mind when you've done something cool, when you've finished a track, when someone else acknowledges it, some external validation, which isn't that important, but it can be important. It's important for you to give yourself a pat on the back. That's what I found. And I found that by doing these morning pages, it's reminded me, or it made me externalize just little things that I've done that day. Might have tidied up my room or something, or I don't know, made a phone call that I didn't want to have to make or whatever. But just by writing it down, it really, really helps. And then getting in the studio doesn't seem like quite an ordeal at that point. The Amber D autobiography. Oh my God. What? I might write a book one day. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. I won't. I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if it would be that. No. I don't know if it will be a book, but we might do something. The end. External confirmation is one of the best things to help someone's self-confidence. That's interesting. Do you, before we move on, we'll just discuss this a little bit. External confirmation is one of the best things to help someone's self-confidence. Do you feel that that might end up meaning that you rely on external validation in order to feel good about something? I understand what you're saying. I do understand what you're saying. But you're always going to be at the whim of other people, because people can change their minds, you know. People can get distracted. People can choose to put their attention into someone else or something else. People have got their own things to do. What if they're not giving you the external validation then? What do you do then? Hi, Made for It Farm. So, although it can be nice to have external validation, ultimately, if you can give yourself that, then you are like your own chess piece on the chessboard of life, so to speak, and you can take that with you in whatever direction you go. But if you need external validation, if you need that, then it's always going to come across as a desperation, in a sense. It's nice to have external validation, and believe me, I do recognise that to a large extent I find it quite helpful as well. But ultimately, you have to be able to give that to yourself first and foremost. It's not something that's natural for a lot of us, especially if you were brought up in a not very good child environment. It can be quite difficult, but it's something that you can learn later on in life, definitely. But I think it's kind of, I don't want that for you, BFG. I don't want you thinking that external confirmation is one of the best things to help someone's confidence. But I do think that it's good for you to have good friends around you who will build you up, definitely. But you've got to be able to give that to yourself as well, 100%. We love you anyway. Matt's got a good idea there. Write a list of what you're happy with so far. A list of things you want to work on. Keep it on your desk. Physical notes to yourself. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. I think that's a great idea. Totally agree with the external validation. If that's the case, work on building your own validation while still feeding off the external. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, a bit of both. A bit of both. Because we do need each other. We do need that validate. Well, we should enjoy having it. We shouldn't need to have it. I have no one around me to tell me anything constructive. That's why I value these so much. Oh dear. Right, next up we have got Diahbeats, and this is Check It. There we go. That is Check It by Diahbeats. I really like this. Again, it's a very simple groover, but I like the thickness of and the texture of the drums and the bass line. I felt like it was making me want to move about, which obviously is a good thing. I like the switch up with the bass patterns. Hi, Tony. It was very Daft Punky, yeah. French housey, yeah, definitely. But yeah, I just liked it. It's just like, it's a bop. It was a bop. So yeah, Diahbeats, thank you so much for sending that in. Because, yeah, we all loved it. That's literally all that needs to happen at the end of the day, is if it makes you move. Makes you move your booty. And it makes you not think about hostile vaginas. Then you're on to a winner. Yeah, I feel inspired listening to stuff like that. It almost sounded like rock and roll-y, like with the going up to fifth from the root note kind of thing. And I liked it. Really, really cool. Next up, another one that I think that Kid Dynamo is going to really like. I think, well, I know all of you are going to like this, but me and Kid Dynamo occasionally like talk about like industrial breaks, breakcore. I don't know about it as much as Jake does, but I do have some tracks that I like listening to. Also like intelligent dance music, the industrial break stuff, breakcore. I like the broken beats stuff as well. I just find this kind of stuff really, really cool. And also I would assume it's quite difficult to produce because of it being so kind of like cut up, and just it's just a very, very different way of working. Who's cool? Me? Am I cool, Tony? Thank you. Oh my god, that's so cool. Thank you. Yeah, when it's done right, Toryn, isn't it? It's yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna play it. Here we go. This is Sub J, and I love this. I love the name of this song as well. It's called "The Sun Rose Twice." How cool's that? How cool is that? Yes, I think Paper Crane's got the best explanation for that track, what it sounds like. It sounds like an impossible boss battle in a video game. Yeah, it definitely does. It sounds to me very Final Fantasy-esque. Yeah, I've never attempted to try and make this kind of music. It's like I would love to. I find it so energetic. It had kind of jazzy elements to it. It was very like, we had a lot of diminished and augmented notes in there, not chord progressions, but scales, like the kind of the runnings, the arpeggiated sections in there. Really, really nice. Yeah, it was something really special about that. And I love the name of it as well, The Sun Rose Twice. And the change up in the pace as well, which is probably important when it's this fast, is that there were bits where it was half time and then bits where it just kind of had this major switch up and went on its own little, like, how would you even put that in a fucking arrangement? Do you know what I mean? Like, if I was going to make this, right, in FL Studio, I would have to just not look at the grid. And like, because if you just look at the grid and you just do everything as in like 4, 8, 12, 16, 32, it's not going to have that same feel to it. You're going to have to disregard arrangements, like formulaic arrangements. And that's probably what I like about it. Yeah, my brain's trying to decipher it. I like it. It left me going like, what was that? So cool. Oh, okay. I was going to ask what would have been like the traditional way. Trackers, yeah. So trackers would stop you from thinking of things in terms of a linear left to right. Wow. Oh, you know what? This is going to be another ADHD hyperfocus now. I'm going to start installing a tracker and trying it that way. I will do this because it will be a nice project for me to just try and just see how that changes the outcome or the workflow, and like the entire like process of the ideas flowing and stuff. I think that would be really, yeah. Especially if you wanted something to sound authentically, you know, from that era as well. This is a reason why I get things like the TAL sampler, which is like, it's got the old DAC digital converter sounds in it. So it sounds like poppy, or like it's got hiss to it. Like it mimics like the old Akai samplers and stuff. I think it's a free download, TAL sampler. Well, I'm not sure if it's free, but it's called TAL sampler. And then also there's a time stretching one that I use sometimes, which mimics like the old school ways of time stretching and pitch shifting to get that old school authentic sound to things. So yeah, I think trying a tracker would be a good idea. But yeah, how cool was that? So you just set different parts of the loop. Jake, I'm going to have to get you round here again soon, mate. You're going to have to come round and we're going to have a studio session. So just prep the missus, get a couple of days off work and then come round and we'll do some trackering. But yeah, what a cool tune. So next up we have got Equinox B, Planet Bounce, and this is called Now We Are Free. Here we go. There we go. Diesel just said it needed a horn in it, and it's got one. Yay! I really, really like that. I like what I probably call like melodic bounce. So, yeah, I think that's probably the best way for me to describe it. Or trunk, trance and donk. Got melody to it. And yeah, a great way of using that vocal as well. Yeah, I'd definitely play that in a bounce set. I liked it. It made me feel happy. And that's a good thing. I like feeling happy. Do you like feeling happy? Do you? I do. I do. Donny Donk is back from holiday. Nice. Cool. I hope you had a nice time. Trunk, yeah. We thought that would sound better than trance, which was trance and bounce. But it came out as trance, which sounds like nonce. So we said no. No. No to trance. But trunk is fine. It could trend, basically. Yeah, make sure you do jade. Trounce. Oh yeah, trounce. We could do trounce, yeah. Put the U in. Yeah, I like that. Trounce. Trounce is okay. I think that's, yeah. Not trance. Next up. Anyway, moving on. We have got the Overseer. Trunk. Yeah, I like Trunk. I think Trunk sounds really cool. This is the Overseer. Gaz has been on this show many, many times, and this is a track he's made called Let Me Breathe. Again, another amazing track from the Overseer. Everything I want from a reverse bass, European hard trance track. Nice and tough. Lots of texture. I love the bass line. I love the forward, relentless forward motion of it. Yeah, it was really nice. A really good example of hard trance. And I love Gaz's stuff anyway. So, but yeah, make sure you go and follow Gaz, please, over on SoundCloud. And yeah, if you're watching this back on YouTube, you can find everyone's links in the description as well, because I put them all in there as well now. So yeah, I really like that. That's my favourite kind of hard trance. It's that kind of style. I could see something like that on like HTE, the label or something like that. But yeah, I really enjoyed this evening. So I'm glad I managed to do my show. I had a 6-hour student in today for music production, but we've had to reschedule because we had some audio issues. So it did free me up to get the show together today, which I'm really glad about. So thank you, gang. That is our show. Oh, Trip the Light Fantastic is on. So we're going to go over there for a little bit of hard house while I download, because I forgot to record the show. But don't worry, because it gets saved. The VOD gets saved on this Twitch channel. So I'm going to download it and then put it straight onto YouTube. So many awesome tunes. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for sticking around, even after your own tracks have been played. I really, really do appreciate everything that you say in terms of feedback. I know it's very important for people watching it back as well who haven't been able to join us live on the show. That's why we have the chat up here as well. So thank you so much for your input, your feedback, because ultimately that's so important for us as artists to know. So again, going back to what BFG said, that external validation is important in some aspects, 100%, because without that, we probably aren't able to know who we are and what our music's about in those kind of ways. So yeah, I do think he has a point, 100%. And yeah, thanks everybody. You got through deleting 88,000 emails. Oh my goodness. Wow. Well, at least you know how to increase your penis size now, so that's always a winner. Love you guys. And I'll see you probably on Thursday or Friday.